This is Live at Lunch on KRFC 88.9 FM. My name is Ben, and I'm your host. We broadcast live from the Ginger and Baker studio in the heart of the Music District in beautiful Old Town Fort Collins. Support is provided by Canvas Credit Union for Live at Lunch. And our guest today is Christine Alice and the Canyon Echoes. Christine is a songwriter, a performing songwriter too, and she's also produced music and writes for films. Please welcome Christine Alice and the Canyon Echoes.
While it's cold and it's true, we go through this place, and no matter the path that we choose, it all ends the same. Like the wind needs a breeze, or the ocean looks for a tide. Funny how all we need is found on the inside. Yes, the meaning of life is found outside. It's a purpose worth reaching for, and it always lies behind a closed door. Yes, the key is the courage inside, and together we find we are more. We follow and we guide through an open door. Ooh. Think that I am strange, a little off-centered. Say all the wrong things at the wrong time, and I got a temper. Teacher tells me I'm another color on the spectrum. Don't mean that I'm dumb or no fun, it means I'm a person. Sometimes, you know, I wish that I could blend in with you and your friends, but all the colors blended around, it makes the rainbow just a shade of brown. See your eyes looking back at mine. It's just too much, and please don't touch me, it's crossing the line. Maybe I don't understand all your innuendo. change and fit into the mold. But all my edges would all be dulled down, and a square peg won't ever be round. No. Well, maybe you don't understand all the things that I do. Yeah, you just don't see what I see so plainly, but you don't need to. Yeah, well, someday, yeah, you're gonna find you need a mind like mine. And therein all the beauty lies. We need all kinds of minds, all kinds of minds. No, not maybe, but definitely we're gonna need all kinds of minds.
That's Christine Alice and the Canyon Echoes playing live for us today. And Christine, what were those two songs that you guys just did?
We just performed an open door first, and then All Kinds of Minds. I wrote both of those songs for a documentary that was made about Temple Grandin. And yeah, it's just about kind of accepting yourself for who you are and accepting that there's all kinds of minds and everyone's minds are beautiful and unique. And the more we embrace that, the better off we'll all be.
Yeah. Well, you make it sound like those songs are just so simple that you wrote them based on Temple Grandin, but that was a kind of a big deal. You were invited to write those songs, right?
Yes, I was. Mm-hmm.
And so did you know of Temple Grandin before you were invited to write the tunes?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I was tickled pink when they asked me. I
Yeah.
was like, Temple Grandin. I saw the Temple Grandin film starring Claire Danes, whenever that came out, 10
Yeah.
years ago or so. And I really fell in love with her and just thought that she was such an amazing person and just totally spellbound that she lives in Fort Collins and teaches at CSU. And so I've been a longtime fan of hers for a long time.
So when you saw the movie, you didn't know she lived here in Fort Collins?
I don't think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a very, very much an honor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so they invite you to do this, and you're like, you want me to do what? You want me to write songs for a documentary?
Mm-hmm.
And then did they show you the documentary or a script, or how did you know what to write?
They told me that they wanted it to be a very heartfelt soundtrack, so very much to get people in the feels. And so that first one is the closing credits of the film, but unfortunately the second song, All Kinds of Minds, didn't make the film, but it's my favorite song that I wrote.
Yeah.
I think it really speaks to a lot of people who we're all on the spectrum, but people who are particularly on the spectrum, I think that song is for them, that they have something that they can relate to.
So did you write those two songs, or were there more than the two?
There was three. There's another song that we're going to be performing in a couple of songs called Moving Along that is also for that film.
Yeah. Well, and she kind of went on record saying that she likes to listen to country music in her truck. Was that because, I mean, you do all kinds of music, but country, maybe not a smaller part of your catalog?
Yeah. I did not grow up listening to country very much. I mean, a little bit. Everybody did in the 90s. But they asked me specifically for a country song because, yeah, she doesn't like the songs about love or connection with people. She likes the honky tonk country songs.
Yeah.
So,
well, they're fun.
yeah.
All right. And so then you submitted your songs, and then how long did they make you wait before they got back to you and said, yeah, we'll use these?
Pretty quick.
That's good.
I think they heard them and they were like, well, we like them. We'll take them.
Yeah.
So, but I work with director John Barnhart on the two films that I've worked with him, and he's pretty easy going. He has high standards, but he's not nitpicky. So
He let you do your art.
Yep.
Yeah. And so is it the documentary's still making its rounds?
It is. It's in film festivals, and I think it's going all around the world, definitely around the nation. But it's winning awards, and it's doing really well. And it's beautifully shot. John Barnhart is an Emmy Award-winning cinematographer, and so the filming on that is just spectacular.
And so I thought you told me when we were chatting that there's a website that has... Do you remember what that website is?
I wish I could remember off the top of my head, and I probably should have looked that up, but I
will
didn't.
look that up, and we'll get this in the show.
We'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right. Well, that's very cool. I'm glad that you opened with those songs. I think that's a unique thing about your accomplishments is that, those songs were written based on external information, and obviously you put yourself into them, but sometimes that's hard songs for some folks to write. And I'm sure we can talk about that later, but let's get back to music. What do you want to do next?
Well, next is a song that I actually wrote for a film, but I based it off of my life. It's called The Wood Burning Stove, and I grew up the Poudre Canyon. My cousin Justin and I did, actually, and we both went to a one-room schoolhouse up there, and it was a stone schoolhouse, and my grandmother owned Rustic, and so she made pancakes if you ever went up in, the 90s, early 90s, late 80s?
She owned Rustic from the 70s. She owned Rustic from the 70s, and we were eating her world-famous sourdough pancakes from the time that I was going to elementary school up there, and that was 73, 74, up through that. So she was up there for a long time, and that was our childhood. And Rustic Resort, sourdough pancakes, and wood-burning stoves.
Yep. You guys ready? All right.
I was raised in a cabin with a wood burning stove. That's where Mama said to keep, don't you get cold. Entertainment for Daddy was just down the road at the local water burning home. Run down through the meadow and to the bridge, to the island where we played pretend. Oh, you be the cowboy and I play the Indian, me and my friend Carolyn. Well, this canyon living, yeah, it's something kind of wild. When the wind blows in and whispers to the pines. My brother wants a city, but I like it here just fine. Living this little mountain life of mine. A little schoolhouse filled with brethren, with a nun to teach each 10 of them. Well, my sister would rather stay at home to read a book alone, but I'm itching to get inside that stone. When the rain pours down and the sun is out, it's a favorite time of mine. When the lightning strikes and the mountains harmonize. Oh, I Moving along. Y'all ready?
Moving along.
Country stuff.
Driving down the road, right, I've got my way. 1,000 miles to go, but I'm going anyway, and I'm moving on fast as I can. Got my precious cargo and a tank full of gas. May not be the first to show, but I'll be damned if I'm last, and I'm moving on fast as I can. Yeah, my foot can push the pedal just as hard as any man's can. Moving along. Moving along. Yeah, my foot can push the pedal just as hard as anyone's can. Take it away, Billy. Moving along. Moving along. Yeah, my foot can push the pedal just as hard as anyone's can. You've been barking at the while I dropped in now. You tell me what is left when I know what is right, and I'm moving on, doing just fine. Yeah, 'cause I can read the signs and I know how to follow yellow line. Moving along. Moving along. Yeah, 'cause I can read the signs and I know how to follow yellow line. Moving along. Moving along. Moving along.
You're listening to Christine Alice and the Canyon Echoes on Live at Lunch, and support is provided by Canvas Credit Union. So that song, Moving Along, that was the one that you were talking, that was also in the Temple Grandin?
Temple Grandin. Yep.
Yeah.
That was in her film. That was there's a scene in the film where she's like, I don't like the mushy gushy songs. I like the songs that are about trucks. So I was like, okay, we need a truck song.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. I love the imagery about you pushing down the pedal.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've always thought that. It's like, all these men are truck drivers, and a woman can push a pedal just as hard as a man.
That's true. That is true. And so, I imagine that every songwriter is a little bit different. And do you write most of your songs from just inside of yourself and your own experiences?
I mostly plagiarize, but
Yeah.
still like an artist, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I'm looking at my set list, and I guess most of them do come from inside what I feel and what I'm experiencing in life. And yeah, it's mostly me. Yeah.
Are you the kind of songwriter that starts on the guitar with chords and and making up made up words, or do you start?
Oh yeah, it's
Lyrics
all
in a
mumbo
journal?
jumbo. I'm like okay, moving along,
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely usually this next song that we're gonna play, actually, I wrote out the poetry first and then did the chords after. So sometimes that happens that way, but I would say 90% of the time it all comes together at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I'll mull over the words and kind of think like, how do these chords make me feel? Or it just comes out. Like Wood Burning Stove, that was just, I wanted to play a song by the Dead South that I thought was really cool. It had that bass line, dun, 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 dun. And then it was like, I was raised in a cabin with a wood burning stove. I was like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. So just kind of rolled with it from there.
Yeah, and also there's probably only a couple folks in the room that have grown up with a cabin and a wood burning stove, so
Yeah,
it's
maybe
catchy.
Only a couple in here.
I could think of 3.
Yeah.
All right, and so, but you started writing when you were young, songs?
Yes and no. I kind of wrote when I was younger, like 13 or so, but it never really went anywhere. And then I took a long break from music from about since the time I graduated high school until about 10 years ago. And I decided that I needed to be a musician.
Yeah.
Because it was filling my soul up with joy, and without that, I was feeling a lack thereof. So.
And so then how did you get back into music? Was it, I thought you said something about open mics.
Yeah, definitely. Billy and I actually started doing open mics together.
Way back when.
Yeah, like 7 years ago or something.
When we were young. Before the grays set in.
Yeah, before the grays and the wrinkles.
Yeah, no, we did, we kind of cut our teeth at the open mics. It wasn't long though before we started getting just 3 hour, the marathon sets out in Old Town, and it wasn't long after we started doing that. I was like, yeah, we should do this a lot more often and maybe professionally. So yeah, here we are, making it happen.
Yep.
Well, and a lot of songwriters, they just find their way into it when they begin. But you've also done some pretty cool studying of songwriting and music producing and stuff like that. Did that change the way that you write?
I think moment to moment changes the way that you write, right? Like,
It's true.
your life experiences change you, and the music district has been wonderful in helping me develop as a musician and as a professional. But yeah, I think every moment counts. You can take every moment as a inspiration for
Yeah.
another song or for something that you'll store away for 5 years and then be like, oh yeah, that actually is relevant now, or there's something to add to that now. So, and getting better at the instrument always helps. I've gotten more proficient over the years thanks to Justin and Billy helping me navigate that. So
do you always write on guitar?
no, sometimes I'll write on piano. Sometimes I write on bass. Those are my 3 main instruments, I guess. Or just singing in my car. I'll get like a melody and be like, make a voice memo. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, and so of the songs you played so far, Wood Burning Stove's actually out on streaming services. An Open Door and All Kinds of Minds are out, but they're in a film. And are you working on getting more of your original tunes out?
Yes. The EP is almost finished. I just have 2 more songs to master, and my buddy Andy Wilden is helping me on that. And then we'll figure out the marketing.
Well, now
Would
that
love
you
it if you
mention it,
followed
if
me.
you would like to follow Christine
If you
Alice,
would
she's
like
at
to.
Facebook.com, Christine Alice Music, ChristineAliceMusic.com, and what's the Instagram?
It's all Christine Alice Music.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
And so what's going to be on the EP?
I think it's all the songs that you've heard so far, actually. Yeah, all the songs you've heard so far. So An Open Door, All Kinds of Minds, A Wood Burning Stove, and Moving Along.
All right. Well, what do you want to do next?
We're going to do a song called Ghost. And this is a moody song. This takes the first half of our set list is mostly country Americana. And now we're going to throw a curveball at you. And this is all more moody, dark music. Well, not all of it, but more of like a pop rock style of music. So, we ready, everybody?
so nonchalantly, a relic of the past, and made the outcast. And though you disappeared, I know you can hear me. Can you hear me? Enforced into exile and left in denial of my existence. At your insistence that all is well in this purgatory. Your hand. Can you hear me? All alone I whimper, hover and I linger. Over you. And it's strange to see that the ghost isn't you but me. Can you hear me? I'm screaming. Can you hear me? I'm waiting on surmise, we for my demise. You don't even care. I'm not there anymore.
No.
And you crawl into my mind like a spider through my ear to dark corners where you hide, spinning your web so fine, an elaborate design. And you capture my thoughts, an inescapable mind, and I struggle and I fight, but the poison seeps inside. Poison seeps inside. confidence is mine. In such nefarious times, who is wrong or right? And you consume all my thoughts with insatiable desire, and the fear I have inside grows larger than the pie, larger than the pie. And my wings are bound and tied. The silk covers my eyes. You got me paralyzed, and I'm living just to die. Living just to die. Spooky.
This is Live at Lunch, and that's Christine Alice and the Canyon Echoes. And that song was Ghost and Spider, is that right? I think that
Correct.
is correct. And I'll wait for some changeover here.
All right, I gotta go
All
change
right.
over here.
So, Christine, I've seen you live a couple times, and your show's fantastic, but usually you're by yourself. Mm-hmm. And it seems like more recently, at least in the last year or so, I've seen you playing more with the Canyon Echoes. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about the band and how this came to be.
Yeah, I'd love to. So this is my band, the Canyon Echoes, and I guess I'll introduce everybody. This is Samantha Aaron.
Hello.
She performs by herself too.
Indeed.
Wonderful musician, wonderful singer. Next we have our drummer, Phil Bow. Yeah. He's awesome. He's got all the jokes. Then we have Billy Scully, the guy who plays everything.
doing?
Plays everything well. We have Justin Bruin on everything too. The inventor and the musician. And then we're missing one member, Aubrey Dale. She couldn't be here today, but she's awesome.
And is is she your newest member?
She is. Yep.
Yeah.
She and Phil kind of came in in tandem,
around the
pretty
same
much.
time.
Pretty much. So yeah, but I feel so honored to have this band. They're such talented musicians, and I feel like the weakest link. So, what is this, compliment minute? No, but really, they're all so talented, and we all get along. I don't know if that's apparent, but we all like each other, which
It's the goofy cornerback.
the goofy corner
It is
back
the goofy
here.
corner back here.
But we all like each other, and so that makes things a lot more fun and easy.
Well, you can definitely tell that you're having fun. And so it sounds like that you and Billy, well, obviously you and Justin go back to a one-room schoolhouse. Mm-hmm. But then you and Billy go back to you starting to get back into music in the open mics.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Billy kind of helped me get into that. I don't know if you want to say.
What do you want me to say about it? I mean, like you. So I met Christine 100 years ago.
Y'all look
No,
great.
she was when she used to work at a professional company, and before we were all solo musicians and all that. And one of her coworkers just hit me up on my phone on like a Sunday night, and I was already kind of like getting tired because I had a job. I had a 9 to 5, and it was like I don't want to go out. But he was like, "You got to come out and meet this girl. She sings like an angel. She plays really well." And like my buddy knew me at the time to be like the guy that would just show up with an acoustic guitar and like a case of beer and just go have like a garage session. And so I begrudgingly went out to meet Christine, and then like it was like 4 straight hours.
I don't think we've stopped playing since.
Yeah, but like that first session was a garage sesh, and it was like 3.5, 4 hours, and we just like kept on trading songs. Like we just realized we had a really big overlapping songbook, and whatever we didn't know, we kind of knew well enough to just kind of putz along and get through the song. And that's kind of when both of us were like, you want to like take this out of the garage maybe? And so that's
Take it on the road.
yeah, open mics and then real shows soon after. So it's
So what
just,
were some of the original songs that you kind of bonded over?
original song.
Or,
I mean,
or cover songs or whatever, the songs in the beginning.
there was back then. There was like a lot of Sublime,
A lot of Sublime, Beatles.
Beatles. Yeah, a lot of golden oldies. Like I'm big on Motown stuff, so I would just like, boom, brah, you know you want to leave me, and then I'd Tristan. We're big on just like vocalizing the instruments and just getting through it. That's when I say putz through. I mean like real, just scatter away right through whatever we can't cover. But
Well, and that's pretty clear in her song. Which one it is? It Wood Burning Stove. There's a horn part that you vocalize.
a little ba-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah.
Wrote that on guitar, I think.
Yeah. Because I wrote that on guitar, right?
Yeah, actually, Billy wrote that part. That da 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 da.
Yeah. That's where we got to. She's like 99% the way there, and I'm like, try this, and she's like so accepting and open to any kind of feedback, and she's like, that works. It's our song now. So she's a very equitable singer-songwriter. I got to give her props there.
So then did you rope Justin in next?
Actually, Justin and I are the founding members of Canyon Echoes.
Yeah, and I should clarify a little bit here. I mean, we did go to the same elementary school, but Christine is 18 years younger than I am. So I used to have a band back in the 90s called Perspectives first, and then we renamed it Tunesmiths. And we played a bunch of originals and some covers, and we used to play at Rustic Resort and Indian Meadows on the mountain at a place above the Northern Hotel called Undertones back in the day. And Christine and her sister Allie, we had a song called The Enchantment, and they would come out on the dance floor, and they would be the first ones to get the dance floor rolling. And Christine was 2 or 3 years old. I mean, just slightly above toddler, so she was just a little thing inspiring us to play our music, and we had no idea that she was going to evolve into this phenomenal voice. And so in our band, we always wished we had a singer that was like Christine. So once she started getting out and playing in music, which wasn't until a little bit later, she did a lot of world travel and stuff before I think she really got into the guitar and started really focusing on playing music. I thought, well, shoot, here I am now in my 50s. I've got to get back in with this gal because she's got a heck of a voice. And so
I remember saying to you, I was like, "Oh, it's too bad that we were never in a band together." He's like,
There's
what's stopping us?
"We could still do that."
I still got a little left in me. So absolutely.
So Justin and I started the band. We started Canyon Echoes, and then we brought Sam in, and we've had a rotation of other musicians just because of life's circumstances. Doesn't always work out how you want it to, but we have thoroughly enjoyed adding Billy and Aubrey and Phil. So
we always try to trade up,
yeah, keep on.
So is this
elevating.
Is this the crew that will be on the EP?
No, actually,
mixed
because
up.
I started recording that before this. This really only came together kind of when Phil and Aubrey joined, because then we had a drummer. The drummer helps a lot. So actually on the EP, I think Billy has some spots on the EP. Sam has some spots on the EP. I don't think you are on the EP at all. So it's a lot of hired guns.
Yeah.
But
Well, you mentioned with Billy and that you guys both had straight jobs at the time. And
I like that straight job.
I think you,
Honest
I
work.
think you, or whatever
I was
the
in
term
sales.
is, right? 9 to 5 jobs.
The day job.
And I think you told me that this next song, That's the Way It Goes, was kind of inspired by those 9 to 5 jobs that you were talking about with Billy. And it's kind of a cool story. You want to share it?
Yeah, totally. So Billy had taught me kind of a new way of playing the guitar where it's like you pluck and then you smack. So kind of the percussive way that I like to play my instrument. And I put these 4 chords on my voice memos, just looped it over and over and over. I think it was probably like a 5-minute loop or something. And just kind of wrote this song and came up with the lyrics. I drove around a lot in that job. So between stops, I would just be like, Wake up, go to work, put on the jerk, and so it just kind of like slowly kind of came together. But yeah.
So did it start slow and then you sped it up later, or did you write it full speed?
I think this song, I'd have to go back to the original memos, but I'm pretty sure this song has a bunch of crazy tempo changes, which is amazing that the band can follow along so well. But I think that probably just started because I didn't have a sense of great tempo when I started playing guitar. So I was like, here we go. So, yeah.
All right, before we get back into more music, I want to make sure that I take time to thank the Live at Lunch team, executive producer David Vicek and Eric Delano, Dan Perez, Colton Benning, Greg Duras, and Reed Goodwin, all making everything work so smooth, sound good, look good, thanks to those guys. And I want to remind you that if you missed some of this episode or you want to revisit it or even keep track of all the other things that we do, you can go to YouTube and find KRFC's RadioVision. Subscribe to that channel and you'll never miss the cool things that we're doing. So make sure you keep up with us.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. It's called That's the Way It Goes. Wake up, go to work, put on that stupid polo shirt, and though the job don't really hot, I said my coworker's a jerk, and I'd rather just stay home where I can be alone. Stain up late and do my thing and sleeping in the morning, but I gotta keep my job, cause oh my god, I cannot plug it, though I'd rather be a traveling. I got this college detonated on my mind, in my wallet, now I got this head of knowledge, but the job I got from God, you're filling up the pockets. But that's the way it goes, so they say, but I don't know. Bought a new car, oh how lucky, now I can show off my money that I make but don't keep, cause I owe it to the banky and I work hard to earn. Sure it's pretty smacky, but I feel better in my bed. I'm without a blankie, yet I don't want to stop my fault. Maybe he could go get a job, maybe he's hustling us up, buying girls, stuffing and alcohol. I'm gonna give my dollar to the man up on the top. Funnily enough, is hustling the same game. That's the way it goes, so they say, but I don't know. And every year I'm getting older, got this tension in my shoulder, not to mention I feel colder, and my patience running shorter, and perhaps I come off normal like I got my stuff in order. But is that I'm freaking out, just waiting for the weekend. Now I used to be so stress-free, now I can barely read. Someone help me please, I'm on my knees, but I'm struggling to find my peace of mind. These problems of the first world are eating me alive, and the race to make more than last year. Come on, pick up the pace, move your weight, we go faster and faster and faster. But that's the way it goes, so they say, but I don't know. I don't know if it's true, I don't know who's the fool. Is it me or you? I don't know what to do. I'm trying to keep my cool. I'm singing do 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 do.
All right, That's the Way It Goes from Christine Alice and the Canyon Echoes. And what do you have next for us, Christine?
This is my most recent song that I wrote, and the band helped me kind of put it all together. It's called In the Middle of the Night. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wanna get away, gotta push away all these feelings that I carry the entire day. Gotta let it go, cause I don't wanna know. No, I don't want nobody to know that I try, but I cry and I fall apart in the middle of the night. Try again, wanna be a friend. Shoulda, coulda, woulda is all that I have ever been. I try and I cry and I fall apart in the middle of the night.
Thank you for listening to Live at Lunch, and thank you to the Music District here in the heart of Fort Collins, Colorado. Live at Lunch is produced by KRFC 88.9 FM in the Ginger and Baker studio. If you'd like to appear on Live at Lunch, email our music director, David Vosick, at david@krfcfm.org.